Hello, and welcome back to the Diving In podcast. You got Max here. I'm with my co-host Mario.
What's good, y'all? How y'all doing?
And we got a very large and big guest today. We got Rahmi Halaby in the studio.
Yeah.
He's not that big. He's a good guy and everything. So, all right, who's ready to dive in? Let's get it.
Let's dive in.
Dive in.
Diving in deep.
I'm about to dive in.
All right, so let's get into it. All right, so we're in the studio. It is March, officially March, thank God. And yeah, we got Rahmi Halaby in the studio today.
Hello. How you guys doing?
So how do we want to start this off? So like several of the other guests, me and Rahmi go back a little bit, back to our high school days, even beforehand.
Let's go Lions.
Yeah, go Lions, Pencrest.
Yeah, all right.
And I'll just start. Yeah, right. Mario's pissed because he's got no. He's from Bonner, by the way.
Oh, you went to Bonner?
Bonner, bro. Oh yeah, dog.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's
bro.
unfortunate, but
Nah, bro, he's a better school than y'all.
but yeah. Anyway, Rahmi was that kid in school who was like 7 feet tall when we were all like
Give or take.
5 feet.
Give or take. Yeah, give or take.
I put money down that you were going to the league when I had no idea. Like
Well, you lost that bet.
I lost that bet, dude. But it was so promising.
I mean, I'm sure it's a freak injury, you know. That probably,
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I shrunk 8 inches. I used to be 7 feet.
Let's talk about that. So, what'd you play? And you played center, obviously, right, in high school?
Yeah, so I played, I remember I thought it was like hot shit because I played point guard in middle school, but I was like 6'4".
Dude, that's what I was saying. You were tall as shit and you had the handle.
6'4" middle school?
I remember you hitting
I was
shots,
like, yeah, like
too.
6'3".
Your shot was wet a little bit.
Yeah, I was like
too.
6'3". Well, because I remember Virtue told me, he's like, yo, I want you to play point guard for me next year. You got to work your ball handling. So I went to like little Philly point guard camp and like the ball handling drills all summer. Then I got to Pencrest. They're like, bitch, you're 6'5". Like, you think you're playing point guard? Like,
Don't play center.
Dude, you would've got...
we got this 5'3" dude who's got to play point guard. Like,
Bro, you was ahead of your time, though. You was definitely ahead of your time.
I was the original point forward.
Yeah.
I just remember you like hitting threes. I think just messing around in the gym, maybe not in games, but I remember you just had a nice shot. I was like, damn, this kid.
So you can shoot, too.
Yeah, I could shoot. My game
It
was,
wasn't
I had a good mid-range game. I was like a big 15-footer. I hit you with the little fadeaway, you know.
You could use that on Sixers right now, bro.
Yeah, we could. None of them can shoot, but don't get me started. Don't give it.
Yeah.
This is a happy podcast.
I'll talk to Brett Brown and see if we could get you a tryout.
We gotta put that on, make that happen.
So, and how were you like academically wise in high school?
Not great. I don't think I might have done homework twice in high school.
Yeah.
I was a decent test taker though, so I could kind of just like do okay on the tests.
When there's like cramming
Yeah,
everything before the
like I
test.
think I graduated like a 2.6 or something. Like I had decent SAT scores though, so like I was alright, but nothing.
Didn't take
special.
any AP classes.
I took AP Econ.
Oh yeah, we had that class together.
Yeah.
I took AP classes?
Yeah.
That was the only one.
I
I was a year ahead in math. I think I took calc.
Really?
I took calc.
That was the hardest class in college.
I got like a 6 because I took it senior year and like I had already committed to school and stuff, so I think I got like a 62 or something. Like,
I'll tell you, I take it as passing probably.
It's like a D minus. Yeah,
Let's
it got the job done.
That's all that matters at the end of the day.
You remember that summer's class? We had to bring breakfast in. And someone had to bring breakfast.
Simpson?
Yeah, was it Simpson?
Yeah, it was Simpson. Yeah, it was dope.
I had to bring in
So we had Monday morning class, and so Simpson was like, first of all, he was like a social studies teacher, but he had gotten certified to teach econ or something, and so they're like, yo, will you teach this AP econ class? And he's like, yeah, fine. But like,
Supply and
he
demand,
did
that's
not
the only
like,
thing
yeah,
I
he did
remember.
not. So like, it was supposed to be half the year macro and half the year micro.
Right.
This man just didn't teach
one or the other.
I think it was like no. So we spent the full year doing like macro and never learned micro.
I don't even think we finished macro, which is like,
Yeah,
it was like anticlimactic though.
But we had the Monday morning class, and so we had this thing where he was like, everyone just bring bring something in for breakfast, and we'll spend like the first 15 minutes of class every Monday morning just having breakfast.
Yo, what?
And, yeah, it was.
We straight up had like the best.
Bro, we had full spread. I remember Casey Brown had chickens at his house, and he would like bring in eggs from like his chickens. Yeah,
I don't know. We would sit in the back, dude. I brought bagels, of course. Like the classic.
That sounded like my type of class.
It was fire. Yeah, it was fire.
Morning class to have.
It was great. Great way.
How long were your classes? Like an hour?
I have no idea. Like 52 minutes or something.
52 minutes.
Don't you dare ask me.
It was like some. It was some weird like.
That was like 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then you were in the drum line. You were saying earlier.
So I was in marching band until 8th grade. We went to we did the thing where like the football band or the middle school band would go like march with the high school band, and everyone was like really excited about it, and I got pissed because the football team was losing.
Well, when you were in high school? Or
this was when I was 8th grade.
Oh, okay.
So like
middle school.
So the football team was losing, but the marching band was playing all these celebration songs, and so I'm sitting here looking at kids. I'm like, yo, like we're getting our ass whooped right now. Like, why are you playing these celebration songs? And the band director was basically like, yo, you might not want to do this next year. And so that was the end of my band career.
Yeah.
All right. True.
And then they gave like Riley Potter the conductor's role when you should have been the conductor.
I should have been the conductor.
Just been playing the vibe.
I've been bitter about that for years. I should have been the band.
So in high school, you didn't play instruments?
No, so I would play I played the bass like recreationally in high school a little bit, but not like in school or anything.
And you said your dad got you involved in. So was that you, or he got you involved in the music?
Well,
and you kind of took on
so like. I don't know. My parents are like big instrument, my uncle's a music head. Like he can take speakers apart and put them back together. And
really? Who's that? Your dad's brother?
My dad's brother, and like he's like got like his whole thing is he does like professional recording. He'll go to concerts and like record them. And then so like him and my dad used to always like play it, like they would just play instruments and stuff and record it, like, and so I grew up around music. And then like I said earlier, like I was like 10 or 11 years old, and like my dad handed me like a Rage Against the Machine CD, a Marilyn Manson CD, a Ludacris CD, a KRS-One CD, and like an Eminem CD, and said like go listen to this and come back to it.
You like Eminem too? Let's go. Rage Against the Machine.
So it was like what was the first one? Slim Shady LP or something? Was that the first one? Yeah, it was the first one. I remember.
Do you remember what the Luda album was? That's
the Luda. It was Red Light District.
Red Light District.
And I remember I was pissed because he gave me that one. It was the clean version. All the other ones weren't the clean version. I was like, yo, why'd you give me the clean version? He's like, just gotta change it up a little bit, maybe try it out. And I was like,
you're my son.
Yeah, he's like, see what you think about the clean. But yeah, so then like they wanted me to play the instrument, so like I played the drums, but then like they got pissed about me playing the drums, and so like I started playing other instruments. Yeah, they just hated, like, you don't want to having like a middle school kid playing the drums now. So I used to always have to play on the drum pad, and like the drum pad was whack because like you couldn't even hear it much, and then so
one of those like
it was like the little rubber pad. It was like a little rubber pad that would go for the drum. And so it was dumb.
That's goofy, dude. You're like
So then I also played the guitar and the bass, and I got pretty good. Like you
could slap that bass.
Yeah, I could slap bass. I could take the guitar apart. Like I remember I put like the Tom Morello, the guitar player for Rage Against the Machine, has a kill switch in it, and like I remember I learned how to take my guitar apart and like insert a kill switch. Like I went to Radio Shack. It's like this little. It's basically like an on and off switch for the guitar. So like he'd play this like solo and he would play the kill switch. Like he would use the kill switch to turn it on and off. It sounds cool. Maybe I'll play it for you guys later. It's hard. I can't really describe it, but so I learned how to like take that apart and do all that, and so I was like really into.
Does it just kind of give it like a unique sound?
Yeah. Like he would do all the things. Like he would put like the microphone against the chords and stuff, just to like. He almost used it almost like a percussion instrument, even though it was a guitar, which I thought was cool. But
I just learned how to like change strings.
I still don't know any chords. Like I never learned chords. Like I would always get like the little tab where it would just tell you what number like fret to press, and I would learn songs that way. Like I can't read music.
More or less, we got like 3 failed musicians in the room.
That's basically just
Mario didn't even try. That being said, though, if there's any lead singers out there listening to this, we might.
if you're really bad, you gotta be. You can't be good.
We might be able to dust our shoulders off a little bit.
That's what's up. So, what college did you go to? Like,
so I went to Gettysburg College. I was for basketball.
Okay.
Yeah. So the high school picture pretty much is, I think, like led by basketball because you were always about basketball.
So by the time we really got to like older in high school, I pretty much didn't do anything else besides play basketball.
Yeah. And you were good at it, and you had the size.
Yeah, it's pretty much my entire like. I mean, I would like an hour before school started. I would go like get some shots up, and afterwards I would
remember
stay
like
till
storming.
practice,
remember when we stormed the court and killed that security guard?
I do remember that. We broke. We beat.
It was like
it was like a big upset, and like
that was
the students stormed the court, and like the security. It was Lower Marion. And they broke the security guard's legs.
Yeah, like the whole dog pound, like we call it dog pound section, like the whole student section in high school. Like we got so super hyped for these games. And the nicest oldest security guard was like, whoa.
He was a really nice guy.
Really nice guy.
I was gonna swing it, man. Like,
yeah, he was.
I'm gonna put McCleft on blast. I'm pretty sure he gave him an elbow on accident. Like he like tore up his arm pretty bad.
Shit. Damn.
Yeah, I just remember like everyone moved off the pile, and it was just him with his leg like bent this way. I was like,
God. But we won, so.
But we won, yeah. So that's.
And speaking of Lower Marion,
killed this guy.
Speaking of Lower Marion, your Kobe post is pretty heartwarming on Instagram.
My Kobe post? Yeah. Kobe really messed me up, man.
Did you actually wear 33?
Yeah, I was 33 in high school and 24 in college.
For him in Lower Marion? Because that picture was so sick. I was like, no way you actually did that. I didn't even see it. I
gotta look at it when we get
Yeah, it was like...
33.
Because I always like... The Kobe thing really messed with me because I've been talking shit about Kobe since the dawn of time.
Or was
I hated him.
For real?
I hated Kobe because Kobe just broke my dream. Like, he crushed my dreams on so many different occasions. Like, I mean, I was a Sixers fan.
True, 2000.
So, like, yeah, like, still a 6-year-old Rahmi crying. And then, like, I get to high school and...
Too soon.
I mean, he helped Lower Marion cheat. And so they would just beat our ass every year. He bought like so it's like this rich private school or rich public school, and like he would just he started this program where like these Division 1 kids, or it would start this program where these kids from inner cities could get to go to the #1 public school in the state, and so they would come live like at this apartment building or something, and they just all happened to be Division 1 basketball players
just by chance.
Just by chance.
I remember like they had that BJ. I remember strictly that BJ Johnson kid they had. He was going to Syracuse.
They all went to Lower Marion.
That was like senior year.
Yeah. So just like an idea, like my junior year, they had a kid who ended up winning 2 national championships at Villanova. They had a kid, Dale Reynolds. They had a kid, BJ Johnson, who played at Syracuse, then transferred to LaSalle. Then he's in the NBA now.
Dude, I remember that DiMatteo kid.
They had
setting a fight.
They had this other kid who played point guard at Temple. Then they had another kid who played at JMU. He plays professionally in Germany right now. And then they had
so even though these kids like didn't technically live in the district,
so they moved into the district because they moved in this like apartment building.
Yeah, because they probably offered them really good education and
like, and even like coaching this year, like they weren't gonna be that good this year. They got like some 6'9" kid from somewhere else to like apparently somebody adopted him or something. Like I don't know. So basically, this is a long way to say like it was just I had this like. I was like, if you're a basketball player, period, like, you respect Kobe. But I hated him. Like, I hate him. Like, a competitive hated him. Yeah. But that's why I didn't really think I would be that banged up over the Kobe thing. But, like, the Kobe thing hit me
I think it hit everybody hard.
It hit me hard.
Just because, like, you probably wasn't really expecting it.
Yeah, like, that hit me hard.
Just one of those people, like, you idolize or it's just a part of your life and then he's gone. Like, same with, like, Mac Miller. Like, you always think you're going to meet these people at just some point in your life and you could just tell them how much. Like,
I mean, I think he's smart. Like, even though you hated him, like...
You respect the hell out of him.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Like,
so it's
like I think there's few opportunities to witness a person who just like embodies work ethic quite like Kobe, like in any field, not even just not even just like basketball, like just like that man found what he liked to do and just mastered it,
right?
Like, and so I think that's admirable across industries.
Yeah,
it's not something. Yeah, it's something I don't even know how to.
But I feel like you guys got me ranting off topic now. What was it? Gettysburg? Yeah. So
I just want to get your full high school experience.
Yeah. So basically, it was all basketball in high school. And then
did you get offers from anywhere else?
So like like, so we thought I was gonna be a lot better than I was, like my freshman and sophomore year.
That's what I'm saying. I have money on you going
into high school. So like,
yeah, like I did,
but bigger than everyone else. So
did you go right into varsity your freshman year, or was it?
So I sat varsity my freshman year, and I think I played in like 1 or 2 games, and I was upset because I almost went. So I was gonna go play in the Catholic League. I was gonna go to Carroll, and
Carroll,
I was gonna go to Carroll, and then. But then Coach Doyle was like, "Oh, like don't go to Carroll. Like you have a chance to like play varsity for me as a freshman. Like you're gonna have to go wait a couple years."
Yeah,
and so then I played. And also like my dad passed away when I was in 7th grade.
Sorry,
and Coach Doyle like had picked, like he would pick me up from the middle school and take me to workouts and take me to like so
he
like
lived right in media too.
Yeah, so like he like so I kind of felt like I owed him something a little bit too. So then I played. So then I played freshman year, and then I was upset because like I didn't play much varsity, and I thought I was better than the kids who were playing. And then so then I was like sophomore year, I was like, God damn it, I'm going to Carroll. and I still got convinced to stay. I
wonder where that.
And then but like I did like I did a recruiting visit at Cornell my freshman year.
Don't they rival Gettysburg? Is that like
no? Cornell's D1. It's Ivy League.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cornell.
Yeah, they play like Cornell. Penn, Harvard, like And then like I remember even they left me tickets to play when they played UPenn at the Palestra, and I just thought I was the man. Like, and like I did a visit at Temple and like a couple D2 schools like Westchester and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Westchester would have been fresh too.
Yeah,
I love their colors and their logo.
So Gettysburg was
D3. So then basically like I ended up as I got older, I was like I'm not going to league. I'm not going to play D1. Like there's a couple D2 schools that I could have gone to, but I was just like let me just go to the best academic school I got into, and that was Gettysburg.
Plus you're a history buff too.
I still don't know anything about it. like Doyle was my American history teacher, and I just would watch film in class.
Did we take a field trip there in high school?
If you had Ludwig.
Yeah, I did have Ludwig.
Oh, you actually went out to Gettysburg?
If you had Ludwig, you did.
It was not worth having Ludwig as a teacher to go there, dude. That's a whole nother story. We don't need to go down that rabbit hole. Gettysburg.
So then I go to Gettysburg. I
wasn't out a spot. Were you not equipped to play right away?
Well, so I came in as the top recruit, I had basically the week before my freshman year started, I was like behind on shots, and so I got like 6 shots in one day. And
vaccinations?
Yeah, like vaccinations. And
I thought talking about basketball.
No, like vaccinations. I was like, I remember asking them. I was like, "Hey, like, am I supposed to get all these in one day? Like, is that like, am I gonna be good?" Like, and
I'm gonna say no.
I had 104-degree fevers that entire week. I lost like 20 pounds.
They trying to get you out there.
Yeah, and so then
what the fuck they give you, dude?
I don't remember. But so then I got to Gettysburg, and basically my entire freshman year I was just hurt or sick.
Are you sure you're supposed to get those vaccinations?
Yeah, it's just like I think it just shot my immune system because I don't think you're supposed to get them all at once.
Whoever that doctor was, bro,
yeah, right. I probably had a lawsuit, but it is what it is.
How long? So you just had like flu symptoms and stuff for?
Yeah, so for a week I just
lost 20 pounds.
I lost 20. I couldn't eat anything. Like I was a degree away from having to go to the hospital.
You was probably just in the room by yourself.
I was in the bathtub, like getting ice poured on. Like it was rough. But so I got to Gettysburg.
Top recruit.
I was just sick.
What was the culture like there? Like, was it just a bunch of guys like you almost who were just really talented in high school, and then was it like you guys were all focused on winning and doing the best you could at D3, or was it just a bunch of guys who love playing basketball?
I don't want to generalize D3 because I think that my college experience was a lot different than other people I've heard who've played the same level.
I am curious though, because you were in it. So.
My D3 experience was like no one really gave a shit.
Okay,
but
it's Gettysburg.
I was going to say like Gettysburg.
You're just in the
probably
middle
not a big prominent DD.
So the thing is like the league's really good. Like currently currently Swarthmore's the number 1 team in the country in D3,
and
they
basketball,
and they have 1 loss on the year. They were the only undefeated team in the country until Friday. Like Johns Hopkins is in that league.
Okay.
I'm trying to think who else, like Haverford College.
So it's mainly schools from around kind of like this area.
Yeah, it's like Mid-Atlantic, I'd say. And so So it's a pretty good league.
John Hopkins would be cool.
But our coach was just terrible. Our coach was terrible. I think in the 2 years I was on the team,
wasn't he
about 20
old?
kids
He
quit.
was old as shit, wasn't he?
He was old. He ran the Princeton offense, which is essentially Princeton ran it in the 70s to basically take the athleticism out of basketball. They had a bunch of really smart, unathletic white dudes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so his brother actually had played on like those Princeton teams that won. I think they won like a couple national championships or something.
Wait, is this your coach's brother?
Yeah, my coach's brother. So they stuck.
So was that his like claim to fame then? His brother?
Yeah. So his brother was like the GM for the Kings. He was Rookie of the Year.
Sacramento
his brother was,
Kings?
Yeah.
Really? What's his name? Do you remember?
Jeff Petrie.
Jeff Petrie.
If you go
That'd be a cool
he went to Springfield
contact,
High School. His
Is he still alive? Kind of. Your coach was old.
My coach hated him though. They hated each other. I never once met him.
You think he'd be a little more respectful?
Yeah, right.
Because
it was his younger brother though, so I don't know if there's beef there.
Oh yeah, there's always beef there.
Yeah. So everyone hated it, and because of that,
what was it? What, like he would just?
I mean,
punish you guys for.
So
losses,
he ran an outdated offense.
Outdated.
I mean, like Princeton doesn't run the Princeton anymore.
Yeah. What is it like? Brett Brown's like Australian offense or something?
No. It's just like a lot of backdoor screens, and how I describe it is, it's like you're playing 2K, but the coach has the controller. You're just kind of, and you're just kind of like a robot, and you just go like, as you know, if this happens, you're supposed to go here, and if that happens, you're supposed to go here.
I would just feed you.
So it takes all the skill out of basketball, basically.
Kind of like Giannis. James Harden arguing about it.
Yeah. So
that doesn't sound fun though.
It was So it was awful, and we weren't.
And you love basketball so much, so that's almost tragic that you get to like the highest level you played in. And it's just it was expectation. It was awful. I mean, they brought me in to play center, and I never once played center. Like I was promised a starting spot at center as a freshman. I never once played center. What, did they move you to power forward?
They moved me to the 3 actually, which I liked better. But,
really?
But it was just the fact that they had told me, "Hey, you're gonna come in and start at this position," and I never once played that position, not even in practice. But
the 3?
No, at center. They moved me to the 3, which I was cool with, but it was just. It was just a messy situation.
What was the size of the center on your team?
He was like 6'6". So the Princeton is basically you
guys had a tall team.
The Princeton, everyone's kind of can play every position for the most part.
Switch, right?
Yeah, so it's not really like it's not like if you have a 6'10" Prince or 6'10" center who can't really handle the ball well, you're not going to do well in the.
So the offense you ran was called the Princeton.
Yeah, it's called the Princeton offense. It's named after Princeton. Yeah, and from the 70s.
Can you give me like a SparkNotes version of how the offenses ran? Is it just like everyone's staying on the perimeter and one guy in the middle?
No, it's a lot of different. It's too complicated.
Because I couldn't explain to you lacrosse offenses.
Yeah, so like it's just. I mean, if like an example is like if you on this play, if you pass the ball to the right, you know that you're gonna go run and set a screen to the left, and if you go set a screen on the left, everybody on the floor knows that they need to go here, here, here. So but if you set the ball, if you pass the ball to the middle, then everyone else knows they need to go here, 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 or here. So it's like a really reactionary offense. Yeah, but it's very premeditated. So that's why I said like you have no control as a player really. So that's why I didn't like it.
So you don't read the defense, you don't read the game, you stick to the game plan.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you say the coach is reading the defense and calling a different type of Princeton play.
So what is it trying to do? Like find gaps within the defensive system?
Yeah, so you basically just, I mean, you just run. I called it running around for 30 seconds, and to try to get an open layup.
And just seeing who moves there, and you go there, and whatnot. So, what was your best season there?
So I didn't.
So what? Yeah. So
I missed more than half of my freshman season
with the flu.
Well, no. So I was just sick for that week, but then I got better and I went to school on time. But then I just being around. I think my immune system was low, and being around all these people and stuff, I just would get sick all the time, and so I was always sick.
So it was an ongoing thing. That's
I was always sick, and then I lost a lot of body muscle and stuff, and I was out of shape and stuff. So I would get injured.
You were able to like redshirt.
So I could have redshirted. I mean, I still technically have 3 years of eligibility.
Oh wow.
So I'm always like, yeah, I'm gonna get back in shape and like go, because then I played my sophomore year, but by my sophomore year I pretty much knew I was quitting, and so I didn't really.
It's never too late to try. I might have to get you back into shape and make some calls.
So you decided to quit just because like all the injuries.
So basically what happened was,
the coach
I hated basketball. I hated the coach. And
should have just transferred.
And so, but I mean, all of my friends are just like my best friends to this day.
Yeah.
Like I have like 10
so
really good friends. I didn't want to leave my friends. And plus, I mean, I almost had a full scholarship.
Yeah.
And it's a $65,000 a year school.
Wait, and you kept that scholarship?
Yeah, so D3 you can keep your money if you don't play.
Really? That's interesting.
All right, I mean, I was gonna say
so it just made sense to stay.
Like, all right, yeah.
And so so what happened was after after my freshman year, we did this. It was actually a pretty cool thing that we did. Mm-hmm. We went as a team to Paris and Switzerland and played teams over there.
Oh.
And
like professional teams?
So we played like their club teams. Yeah. So we basically played what would be the same as their like G League teams. So it's all clubs over there.
They have
all
different tiers, just like soccer.
And so they have their A team, and then we played the B teams.
Right.
And we would just cook the B teams.
We
would cook the B teams.
What were their names? Do you remember? Like
I don't
French
remember.
teams?
No, I don't remember. But we were playing in like arenas and stuff. Like it was cool.
It was like act. Was it?
Nah.
Was that European ball too? Like
yeah, it was like and like the FIBA rules and
you probably played
goaltend and stuff.
Right, that's a good point. Like how is FIBA rules different from? I mean, we're not going into the details.
The only one I really remember is that you can hit the ball off the rim. Like it's goaltending in basketball, in basketball in U.S. but over there you can hit the ball off the rim. So I just was excited to like goaltend.
Plus, if you hit a half-court shot, you win the game.
yeah. I didn't know about that rule. But,
playing arcade.
Yeah. It was the big three. But
so what else happened in college?
So basically, I had never really left the country. I'd been on a plane like 3 times, and then I went to like actually in high school I was the guy who was like, oh, I never want to leave the United States. Like I haven't seen
really.
I was like, I haven't been more west than Pennsylvania. Like, why would I go anywhere else besides Pennsylvania? And so then I went there, and I was like, whoa, like the rest of the world's kind of cool. And so basically, I was done with basketball. I quit basketball. I went abroad the next semester.
Is that you went to France for a semester?
Yes, I went to Aix-en-Provence, France.
Bro,
say that again.
Aix-en-Provence.
Aix-en-Provence. It sounds cool. Why you look at me like you know that place? You know it?
No, I mean,
it's right next to Marseille.
Easily say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a soccer jersey. Marseille.
Yeah, it's like 19 miles north of Marseille, I think.
That's what's up,
I never been to France.
Marseille. Okay, so Marseille's like the most southern. It's the second largest city in France.
Nice?
I didn't go to Nice actually.
Nice.
Yeah, but when I went was actually right after the terrorist attack there, and so like a lot of people dropped out of my program.
But you said fuck it.
I was like, if my time to go, it's my time. Yeah, to go. I'm going to.
If I'm gonna be anywhere, I'm gonna be right.
My mom was even like around me, like be safe. Like I was like, Mom, listen, if they take me, they take me. Like
YOLO.
We miss you, but you gotta risk it.
Yeah. I mean, you never know when you'll be back out there again. So.
Yeah.
So you said the people were kind of dickheads over there?
No, the people in the south of France are very nice.
I mean, it's more tropical, a little bit nicer.
And also, it's just, I mean, there was a couple schools in town, so they were used to the college kids more.
Like more
and yeah, so like sometimes I'd walk in there and just think I'm like slick, order my like some restaurant, I order my sandwich in French, and then they look at me and they're like, dude, what do you want? Like,
and you're saying all
in perfect English, they're like, yo, what do you want? Like,
in perfect English. Excuse me, sir.
So
that is not French, sir.
So it was cool, but I played basketball over there. Which was cool. I played on some club team. They were terrible.
You could probably went professional over there if you wanted to.
So one of my good friends, actually my freshman year roommate, is a trainer, and I keep telling him like, yo, just let me come live with you for like 6 months. There's a Europe contract for me somewhere. I could do it. I could do it.
Go for it.
But
I'll get you in shape before you could go to that guy. And
this guy.
There we go.
I just need to be on your team somehow. We're going to Europe, dude. We'll do the whole Europe tour.
I'll be a manager.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was cool over there. So that's really when I first started doing like photography and stuff.
Were you not associated with Gettysburg's basketball team when you went out there for this semester?
No, I quit already. I on the day after the season ended.
So how'd you come across playing the team out there? Did you just go out and ask about it, or did they find you?
It was connected with the school. It's almost like, you know how if you're homeschooled, you could play for the public school team. So it was like the same as if you went to my school, you could play for like the local club.
Yo, that's what's up.
So that was cool, just because.
What was it like working with like the teammates there? Like, did they?
So I walked in the first day of practice, and they after 10 minutes they made me captain. I was like the typical French way.
I know, we got American, dude, that big American, dude.
After 10 minutes, they're like, "It's your team now."
And you just dominated.
Were you the only black person on the team? I mean,
well, it's the south of France, so like it's a big like North African, Middle Eastern population. True. So there was like some brown boys. I don't really know where they were from, but
Africa probably, or
like probably like Algeria or something like that area.
Yeah.
Now, did they understand you?
So the dude who was captain was the only person who spoke English.
Okay.
On the team, so it was
a translator.
Yeah, so he basically was my translator.
And did you run your own offense over there? Bring the American game to them?
Yeah, so I would play. I mean, these kids like didn't really even understand the concept of like plays really, but
so
so we would just do like ball handling drill. Like I would organize all the practices. I was
basically the coach.
Yeah, I was the coach.
You were putting up 100 points against the teams you were playing against.
It was. I think our team probably averaged like 55, and I think I probably averaged like 45.
45? Yo,
it's not even me saying that like I'm really good. Like they were just really bad.
I know. I can imagine in my head. I need to find some highlights of this.
So you gotta,
there used to be a couple videos like somewhere because I used to like they would put highlights on their little school Facebook page or whatever. But I tried to find it the other day. I couldn't find it.
Could you imagine catching Rahmi highlights in France? Just bombing up. That's wild. So, what else you do over there while you were...
So that's really when, like...
Did you travel out of the country or just...
Yeah, I traveled a bunch, actually. I went to...
I feel like you got to.
Yeah, I went to Barcelona.
Bro, that's my, like, number one destination. I went to Madrid. I went all over Spain, but not Barcelona.
Barcelona was dope.
I heard Barcelona is, like, the promised land.
Barcelona was great. I felt old though because like I just couldn't keep up. Their clubs they close at like 8 a.m.
Bro, that's the crazy.
They don't go out till like 3
in the morning. Yeah, like eating dinner at like 10 or 12.
So like, hey, I'm hungry at like 5:30. Like they're like, oh, dinner's not for 5 hours. So I'm like, and then they just went out like so late, and we would literally catch like the last train and like catch the last train back in the morning. Yeah, it was so I was like, get me out of here. I was like, get me out of here. And then I went to Munich for Oktoberfest. That was cool. Where else did I go?
So you hit Spain, Germany.
Yeah, and then I went to like Paris.
You had to go to the Netherlands though.
Yeah,
Amsterdam.
I went to Amsterdam.
Bro, you really did all this in a semester?
I did all this in a semester. Yeah. Well, they're all it's real cheap to fly within Europe.
Take the Eurostar too. I hear like the train system that goes throughout.
Yeah,
it goes from like France.
But honestly, like you can get like cheap flights for like $40-$50. Yeah.
Are the airports there just like our airports?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, airports.
So, do you have a favorite place that sticks out to you when you were traveling to all these places, or was it just where you stayed in France?
I mean, I love France.
Yeah,
I do love France.
Because like when you're over there and you're experiencing all these different cultures, like I know firsthand that like one sticks out to you, and
France
it's
like
is
I gotta go to.
I still say that I'm gonna live in Paris for at least a couple years.
I felt the same way about Madrid, dude. Like the culture there is it's like a spirit animal type thing. Like you're like, wow,
What you like about it though? What was so fascinating? Just the people, or was
it? It was, I mean, all of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
In France.
Even with the hairy armpits?
Let me tell you, in the south of France, I would take the bus to school, and every morning I'd be like, that's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
And you're right near the colleges.
Yeah, and then like the next morning, I'd be like, dang, That might be the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. Like,
every morning was just like,
wearing like the barrettes and the striped
yeah.
shirts.
So,
accent.
so that's more north. Like the barrettes.
Tell me what the food was like over there.
So I mean, I think I was over there. I don't think I ate French food when I was over there.
What?
Because there's just so many like
McDonald's.
No. I love food. But I was hitting up the halal spots. Like I was hitting up. There was a lot of good.
Eastern.
Yeah, like because I'm half Middle Eastern.
Oh, word?
And so I love.
That's the
you like
name.
you like shawarmas at all?
I love shawarma. Like
Bro,
so I
this girl turned me on to those and it changed my life. Dude. It's like the cheesesteak of the Middle East.
It's basically like it's just like it's on pita and it's almost like a cheesesteak. Yeah, it's on pita and it's just like chopped like chicken or lamb.
Know what it is. It's just good.
Yeah. So like I go to Marseille and like Marseille's like the brown boy central. I'm like, yo, my people. I'm like, yo, my people. Like this is where I belong. I was like,
can't believe they didn't keep you
because it's just like African Middle Eastern people.
Yeah.
Like and so
home, bro. Home.
Yeah. So I would eat like a bunch of Middle Eastern.
That's
food.
There's a bunch of like obviously. It shouldn't be a surprise.
I went to London
all
too.
These different cultures within France. I mean, That's cool.
Plus, they have ties with France because France.
Yeah.
Colonized and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like that was, and also like I mean I'm a big streetwear and like pop culture guy, and I mean Paris is kind of one of the hubs for that,
fashion,
especially in Europe.
Let's get into that. So let's finish up college. Is there anything else?
Yeah. So basically,
what'd you major in, by the way?
I majored in organization and management studies, and a business minor.
Okay.
Organization what?
Organization and management studies. So it's basically like business management.
I was just saying,
Okay.
It's just like I went to liberal arts school, so they call it.
Yeah.
And so that was my major. But then I think one important thing is like when I was in France, I took a photography class.
Through school or?
Yeah, so through the school, I took a photography class. I took a marketing class, and then. And that was when I kind of like really started liking photography.
And you have an eye for it too, so.
Yeah, and I was decent at it. And I had done things before with photography. Like I was a big sneakerhead in high school, and so in middle school, and so I remember my friend Will and I used to run, like, we started this little Instagram page called Kick Nation, and we had little cheap cameras, and we would go down to like the woods and take our little Jordans and put them like at the park and stuff. And so I had been around like photography and stuff, but that was the first time I really kind of learned about it as an art form.
Yeah.
And
do you have any cameras now? Obviously.
Yeah,
What do you have?
Probably like 3 or 4 cameras.
Should have brought one here. We could have had a third one.
Yeah. So my big thing is I love film photography. I pretty much only like outside of work, I pretty much only shoot film now.
So like retro cameras?
Yeah. So like the old ones with like the 35mm.
Vintage, yeah. That's what my cousin shoots on.
Yeah, so I like the film photography now, but I have like a Nikon. I don't even remember what it is. That's what I use more for like work stuff.
I have a Panasonic. It's
got the Canon
T6i.
Yeah.
So you did marketing, organization.
Yeah, so then it also kind of worked out well. That was right around when I started OPC. I had kind of this idea for it because my friend Will had actually been a photographer for about 2 years or something. And
what's the Pizza Boy thing like Gunnar was doing videos for?
It never really turned out to be much, but it was like an idea. But he had been doing photography for a while, and this was actually winter break.
And that's your friend Will? Where did he go to school?
He went to Pencrest. He was 2 years old.
Yeah, I know. Where did he go to college? Or? I know he lived in New York for a minute.
So he went to Delaware County for like sports management for like a semester, and then he went
TCQ'd.
And then he went to the Art Institute in Philly for photography for like a semester.
Was he the guy that was there that night?
Yeah.
He was dressed up nice.
He was coming from work. So he basically, I was bored during winter break, and because we just got to stay on campus, like because we practice even though everyone goes home. And so I was just like, yo, like send me some photos. I'll throw on some t-shirts. Like let's see what we can do with it. And so then we had been selling those t-shirts that way, but we didn't really have like a full brand. And so they had this entrepreneurial fellowship program at my school, which was relatively new, and they would give you $10,000 to like start a business, but you had to go through like a Shark Tank type pitch situation. Right. And so I went through.
I feel like you're a good public speaker, though.
Yeah, so I've always been able to speak pretty well in front of people, but so when I was there, I was taking all these photography classes and learning about photography and seeing all this fashion stuff. And then I also took this one class. This woman, Amy Muma, was the professor, and it's the best class I ever took. She literally was like, day one, think of a business idea, and I'm gonna teach everyone how to write a business plan.
That's what's up.
And so why don't more people do that?
100%. I went back in October. I had lunch with her, and I told her, I was like, "This is the best class I've ever taken."
This was at Gettysburg too?
No, this was in France.
This is all in France.
This is in France. Yeah.
Oh wow,
bro.
So she basically prepped me for this. She was almost like free consulting for this business plan. So then I went back to school with this whole finished business plan. Yeah, back in the U.S. And then I entered in the entrepreneurial fellowship thing, and I ended up winning it.
No,
and then, yeah, it hit me 10 G's.
What year was this?
Damn,
that was junior year.
Okay.
Congrats,
that I won that. Yeah, that was cool. And then, and it's cool. I'm gonna be giving back. I'm gonna be a mentor for the program this year, which is cool. And they had
let me get the 10 grand.
Yeah, there you go. And they had me come back and speak in like October or something.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious because like I got a camera somewhat recently, and I've just been trying like school of YouTube, like you were mentioning earlier. What kind of shit did you learn? Like, did you learn angles? Did you learn lighting? Like in these photography classes, or was it more just go out and shoot?
I mean, I always say like
were they writing like ISO
if your camera, like if your camera. Like so we would do things like you would look at a photo and try to have to kind of guess around what the settings were.
Mm-hmm. That's the type of learning I would like.
Yeah, we do things like that, and then learn your basic, like your ISO is like the dude, it's been a while since I've done this. Yeah. Your ISO is like the amount of light that the camera lets in,
shutter speed,
your shutter speed.
I know those are the three big guys, but how they intermingle them, I'm still
so it's like a balance. And then
do you ever think about getting into like action shots, like maybe shooting for a basketball team?
That's not really the kind of photography that I like.
Yeah, you're more of
so I started purely landscape.
I think, yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at your online.
Yeah,
Rahmi Halaby.com.
More like a life.
Yeah, I used to be really scared to shoot people. Because I just would get awkward when I would like take photos of people, and so I used to just do landscape photography.
Okay.
And I would love to just put headphones in and go like wander around Philly and take photos.
Just random pic,
And
therapeutic.
So I would go do that a lot, and then through OPC I started we had to do lookbooks and stuff, and so Will and I would all shoot all those, and so I got more comfortable shooting people.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So OPC is Only Positive Co.
Yeah, so
you started that up with Will.
Yeah, so Will and I started that, and the whole idea. Let's see, I haven't given this pitch in a while. It was a photography-based lifestyle brand, and the idea was it was working to combat negative urban stereotypes and spread positivity.
Okay.
Because I felt like there was a lot of brands that were kind of like, I don't know, they were trying to be evil or something. It was a lot almost like goth, inspiration.
I'm trying to I don't know.
I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I wanted to kind of combat that and have a positive spin on a brand. Okay. But I didn't want it to be corny, and so then I just went OPC, Only Positives, and then it was a photography base, so there was in film photography, you don't see the negatives. You only show people the positives, so it was only positives.
I fucked with the culture that came within the designs and everything.
Yeah, so then we tried to just create different positive experiences. And it was cool. We ended up, we did some pretty big, we had an NPR article, which was pretty cool. And we partnered with Saxby's, the coffee place. Yeah. And we would do these little installations called Sunday Vibes. Mm-hmm. And we would bring in different local musicians and DJs and stuff to come spin on Sundays in these coffee shops, relaxing music.
Give a shout out to that too, because don't you have your own playlist that you curate, or is that something else? I see the Sunday stuff.
So I stopped. So Sunday Vibes was part of OPC. We would do weekly Sunday playlists.
Because you're such a culture.
It started. Yeah,
music
and it was.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty.
Yeah, it started just as playlists. So every Sunday, Will and I would each put 10 songs to just chill out to a playlist, and it was cool because when we were at Gettysburg, it'd be Sunday, and we'd just be all sitting in some room. We put Sunday Vibes on, smoke a joint, and just kind of hang out.
Yeah.
And I remember hitting you up, just being damn, dude, what song is this? It's just stuff you would have on your story or something in the background.
So my favorite thing was when people would be like, yo, this was on Sunday Vibes episode 72, and like I can't stop playing it. And I was like, damn, I forgot about that. Like,
yeah, I'm on 180 right now, man.
Yeah, so so that was cool, and that was kind of my first, like, when I really realized that I loved like sharing music with people.
Yeah, like
so
people have different
like Sunday Vibes, or
no, so that was part of OPC.
Okay.
I was gonna say people have different creative outlooks and like they want to pursue it. So you kind of combine music, photography, and like streetwear. Like I think streetwear is the coolest thing to get into if you have like the capital and the means to do so. Because
so it was basically we wanted OPC to be everything we were interested in. It was just like things we like doing and try to
which is doable in today's society.
And so we put it together, and it was pretty cool. I mean, for some little brand I started when I was 19.
So like, that's a good point that we brought up. So like, starting this business, how much? I mean, we don't got to go into all the costs, but like, what's the rough figure about?
So
Wait, the good you got, did that go into Only Positive?
Yeah, so that was all like, it was a grant to start. So that helped me file like the LLC. That helped get like the business permit and
so like
start
for
the
kids
website,
out there who
get
just
inventory.
Get 10,000 grand. So this is kind of
so
you had to legitimize the business first.
So I always say this. I always say, like, looking back on it, I could spend that 10 grand a lot better. But I always say you got to blow 10 grand to know how to not blow 10 grand. Right. And so that's a
good scale instead of millions.
Yeah. So we filed like all the LLCs and all that stuff, and then
was that a hard process, or I've never done it.
That was like LegalZoom. Like you can do it online.
Yeah, and they do everything for you. So.
And then how is that for a lease? An LLC? Do you have that for X amount of years, or is it like is that
the business is operating?
Yeah.
So is it not a thing anymore?
I need to still do that. It is still a thing.
Nah, keep it up. Just give it a year or two.
Yeah,
because you could probably just have it on the side.
I mean, I can maintain the LLC. I'll probably still maintain it. And I'm maintain all the domain names and everything.
Do you still have merch available, or is that all?
Yeah. So I'm gonna put a little sale.
Like those green jackets?
I think I have one green jacket left.
Is it large?
I can't promise it's a large. It might be. It's either large or medium. I can't.
I'm calling this out the podcast so no one can hop
Okay. But yeah. So
do you have a website for that too?
It's down. I gotta put it back up.
Positives?
It's onlypositivesco.com.
Okay, just so people can check it out because it's fire. Shit,
yeah.
I
So
can say so myself.
So we did all that, and then we had like we had probably, I don't know, like $6 grand left when it was all said and done. So we got like a documentary made. We made a documentary on the starting of OPC. That was probably half that budget right there. It was like a 7-minute documentary.
Is that on YouTube?
Like all over the place.
Yeah.
Is that on YouTube?
It's on YouTube.
What's the name of that?
If you search the Only Positive Co page, I forget what exactly. I think it's called like A Day in the Life or something.
Okay.
I'm sure.
How long was the documentary though? Like what?
It was supposed to be 10 minutes. It ended up being like 6, I think.
Dang, so you spent like $3 grand on it?
Yeah, it was, and then that's also, you gotta learn, the people who shot that video kind of screwed us, like, but we just didn't know any better, and they knew we didn't know any better.
Why wouldn't you do it yourself with your creative? I mean, it's hard to shoot yourself.
We like creative directed the video, but we don't know how to use I'm terrible with videography, and so we were like, we got to get somebody else to shoot this.
And it comes in Gunner Michaels.
Well, no, so this was before Gunner. This was before Gunner. This was like a recommendation from a friend of a friend. They're like, this dude, like, and these people, like, they were kind of legit. They were kind of lit too. They'd shot like some early Uzi videos and done some lookbooks and stuff. So we were feeling ourselves. We're like, we got money to blow. Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
yeah. So we got that documentary made, and then so that was like half the budget, and then like inventory, and we had like a dope opening pop-up shop.
Where was that?
It was in Brewery Town at this old warehouse.
And was this your first one ever?
Yeah, this is the first one ever. I had no idea how to like organize any of that, and even so it was really stressful. It was like I had ordered the inventory super last minute, so the day before we're supposed to have the pop-up shop, I called them and I'm like, hey, just making sure like the stuff's gonna be good to pick up in the morning. And the dude's like, what? And I'm like, and he's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, like you said, like 2 weeks. And so apparently what had happened was to get the graphics into the right like document form, it'd take me an extra 5 days, and I hadn't counted that in. So he's like, dude, these aren't gonna be done for like another week. I was like, oh well, like we're supposed to have like over 100 people here tomorrow. And so I had to go pick up the merch, the half done merch from this dude.
Half done?
Yeah, where? He was pissed. He was so mad. Like it was like they had done like some of the inside tags, but hadn't done like the front graphic, and then like some of them hadn't done any of it. So I called basically every printing shop in Philadelphia and was like, who can do this in 24 hours? So I had to pick it up from this dude. He's cursing me out. He's all mad that I didn't.
You're
like,
cutting him
yeah,
off
I'm cutting him off halfway, and then I had to go find another shop.
These half finished products turned out to be like the next generation of clothing.
Yeah. So then I got somebody else to finish the job, and we got the stuff in time, and
it all came out.
Yeah, I mean it happened.
Still a little stressful.
It was very like I just remember just feeling like the sickest feeling in my stomach. Yeah, it was.
We had Mr. Miller on the show like a few weeks ago. I don't know if you know him. We met him at
like Dave Miller.
No,
Nick Miller.
She works out of Red Philly too. He's down there sometimes.
Yeah, well, we met him at like the Global Village events. He's just a really cool, nice dude. Yeah. But he was doing this charity drive where like he custom designs his own sweatshirt. It's called like cool. God Never Fails, GNF. Instead of giving no fucks, it's God Never Fails, and it's pretty dope. It's a great thing he does. And he went to like this church, and he was just supplying sweatshirts and clothing for like the poor after they gave them free meals and all this stuff. It was a good thing.
Oh, that is cool.
Long story short, though, he waited till the last minute to order the sweatshirts. So the shit he was doing was on Saturday, and they said they weren't going to be there till Monday. So he pretty much had to do the same thing and like go and find like just figure out how the hell to get this stuff on time, because he had this planning in the works for months and whatnot. So
yeah, so
I can see where the stress comes in.
Yeah, so sure. And then you just gotta. I mean, I never did that again. I never did that again.
Say no. I've heard stories about event planning. Like it ain't. It's not
so easy. Your time management just got better.
Yeah. It's. I mean, the whole thing. That's also like why I decided to stop doing it. In addition, was to just. I mean, I felt like I personally outgrew the brand. I just feel like taking everything that I learned and did incorrectly, that I could apply to the next thing and just do it all properly.
I fuck with that mentality. Post this up on the camera too.
Yeah, I'm still hyped though. Like people are like, "Well, are you mad you got this tattoo?" I was like, "No, like this is the first business I ever started. Like I'm very happy." So like, yeah. I got this the day we won the 10 grand. This is the first $75 for the 10 grand.
That's legit though.
Yeah.
I just got like my first job at PNC. I'm like, do I want to get it tatted on me or nah?
My roommate's he works at NASDAQ, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna get a NASDAQ tat. Yeah. I'm like, all right, mate.
Bro, well, it's like I might lose a little bit of respect. Dude,
it's like rappers when they come out with like an album, they buy a new chain and stuff. So I'm like, all right, this is my first job. I'm gonna get money. Like I'm not gonna buy a chain. Maybe.
Bro, just get like a PNC earring or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just kill myself.
Like a business card.
Yeah. Alright, fuck off. But do you see like is there so you think you're gonna want to enter the streetwear?
Yeah, I mean I didn't even specifically mean streetwear because I just think like the things I learned from starting a business and doing it improperly, you learn things about, I mean, digital marketing, you learn things about like
all the behind the
event planning, exactly, all the operation side that was done incorrectly. Like you can grow from that, but I do still plan on doing things in streetwear.
I know you don't have a lot of time on your hands because you have like a 9 to 5 and whatnot, but
yeah, so it's not really even Well, I guess would you like me to elaborate on that?
Yeah, one second. I was just thinking though, like you would be a perfect like mentor for like one of those online classes on how to start a business. I know Rec Philly is kind of like starting that stuff.
So there's a lot I don't know.
I know, but just your experience. So like you found out how to get money to get started. Mm-hmm. You found out like the trials and errors. It's just something like I wish I knew your experience like in full detail.
No, it's definitely definitely a good experience.
All right, so what are you doing during your days? Let's talk about that.
So during my days, I'm the creative director for a digital marketing firm. And I handle basically most of the photography, graphic design.
What's the name of this place?
It's called Collab in Westchester.
Collab in Westchester.
Yeah.
So we're already like a marketing agency?
Yeah. So we basically, our company does like the SEO, PPC stuff, web design. Yeah. And
damn, so did you know that stuff beforehand? Or?
I don't do that stuff.
SEO's
I built a couple websites. Like I built that website. I built the OPC website.
RahmiHalaby.com. Check it out. There's some.
did Squarespace. Squarespace is super user friendly.
But we did WordPress. WordPress
is a little bit more of a different beast. Yeah. That's like a little more difficult.
It's
really like click and drag more or less. This is fresh though. What I'm looking at here.
Website though, for sure.
But
so what do you do there? You do
so I handle mostly like photography stuff. I handle graphic design stuff.
Are you shocked that you get paid to do that? I mean, that sounds like cool
so basically
8 days are probably pretty chill.
I mean I was freelancing doing that for like probably actually not that long, like 4 months. Were you
making money with that freelancing?
I mean, I was making a decent amount of money. It was just the thing. I hated having to do the client acquisition part.
How did you find your clients?
It was all word of mouth. I did all word of mouth.
Really? That's why.
And then also just like cold calling. Like I would go in restaurants and be like, "Hey, like I looked at your social media and like your photos are whack and like you don't really post consistently." Like
and they'd be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Like, hey, like I could benefit you and it wouldn't cost that much.
Even like you could just DM people on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly, and be like,
events, you know. Type of stuff.
I mean, I will say it's a lot easier to blow people off by DMing them, like a DM than like if I'm true. At your door.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I freelanced for a while, and then through a friend of a friend, I got connected with a guy who was like about to start a digital marketing firm, and he was like, "Oh, I don't really have anybody to do those things." And so
you were there from the ground up.
Yeah, I mean, I made the logo, I made the website. It's usecollab.com.
So, like, when you first started, were you getting paid? Was he paying you?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
If you just go usecollab.com.
So, how did you get into, like, graphic design and stuff like that?
T-shirts.
Oh, so you actually designed?
Yeah, I would do all the design for the T-shirts, and then like did like event flyers and stuff like that.
Were they happy with the work you were doing there?
Yeah, I mean, I still do it, so I hope so. I still do it.
I didn't get fired yet.
Yeah.
This is fresh stuff on here, dude. You made the website?
Yeah, I made that website. It's Squarespace.
So it's usecollab.com. Check us out too. But check out rahmihalaby.com first. Oh yeah, dude, this is fresh work.
Yeah, so
what do you use your Rahmi Halaby website for? Just like to promote yourself? Like, do you ever hand that out to people?
So basically my big thing was like one of my goals for last year was to kind of try to develop myself as a personal brand more than because everyone just like would talk to me about OPC. Like I'd be like, oh, OPC this, OPC that, OPC this, and I was like, it wasn't even that. It was just like, well, I felt like I was more than just this little streetwear brand. Like, and so I tried to.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, because that's why I was like, damn, dude, like my boy from high school is actually making fresh clothes. Like I just thought it was a really cool thing, but you're still young though. Like,
so
it's not like you're gonna have that on your life forever.
Exactly. And then also just, I mean, I need somewhere for people to go for like my freelance stuff,
right?
To see, like an online portfolio, basically. Yeah. So I build my own website.
Because I have my own website too, and I just don't know what to. I don't do anything with it. I still got that's maxisfishing.net.
That's kind of a fire name though.
Yeah. This other, like, the magic.com right here, I have that website too. Yeah.
You own magic.com?
Well, instead of a A, it's a upside down B.
I was about to say,
so it's spelled like
I was about to say, you're bugging. You can make a quick check off that.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody.
Yeah. It's coming in the future. But, like, I built that because I wanted to make, like, a big, like, digital content, like content media website, you know, where it was revolved around like sports, music, and then just like world news and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because that's what I want to do. Like I had this vision like years ago where like if I could build this up and get employees to write blogs and cover stories, like if I build this up, like my life would be complete, because like I would be able to like take my own company's like jets to go travel the world and cover stories that like I would want to cover. Like I'd be able to travel
and
I'd
kind of choose.
Yeah. You want to be on,
and I'd be able to pay like for things that like I would just be able, like I don't need to be a millionaire. I just need to be able to do what I want to do. You know. And
I agree. 100%.
This gives me all the means. So I'd be able to like interview people I want to meet, like idols that I want to meet before they die, like Will Smith. I would think would be fucking dope, and millions others obviously. And then I'd be able to travel, and it would just be like a full circle if I could ever get this thing off the ground. That's years away though, because I don't
put in that work. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a start.
Yeah, well, if I'm looking for a photographer, you know, you might have to quit that job.
There we go. I'm around.
But yeah, what else we got going on?
Yeah, so I guess so basically, I kind of started DJing through OPC because we were at some event and I was just like we were playing a mix, or not playing a mix, we were playing one of the playlists, and some guy asked me, he's like, hey, like, do you have a mix for this? And I was like,
oh yeah,
I don't have a mix for this. And then he's like, like, this would be really cool, like, if it was a mix. I was like, you know, you're right. And so then, like, I had always kind of wanted, like, I remember I wanted, like, DJ Hero when I was a kid, and, like, my dad was like, my dad was like, that's phony ass DJ, like, I'm not getting you that. Like, so I always wanted to DJ, and so I decided to just buy, like, a little DJ controller and try to make mixes. And so then I kind of taught myself how to DJ, and I would do some of the.
Or when you were
this was 2 years ago.
Okay.
2 years ago, and so I would do my own little DJ sets, and so it was great because I was hosting events, so no one could tell me I couldn't DJ. I was like, it's my event, yeah. So then
I bet you had all these corny ass like white dudes coming up like, can you play?
Yeah. So then I started DJing, like doing those events, and then like did a couple other gigs and stuff, and that was fun. And
do you do it for the joy of the music purely, or do you like vision yourself like on a stage at some point in your career, just
being at parties,
giving all these
DJing.
lovely people your beautiful music?
I mean, I like even more than the technical aspect of DJing. Like, I just like sharing music with people.
Yeah, I'm getting the sense that like
way to share music.
You don't want to be like, you know, barred down to any specific title. Like, you kind of just want to do what you
I just like doing things. Like, I just like doing things.
Yeah, like streetwear, like you could be characterized as that. You could be characterized as photography, as a musician. Like, you don't want to be barred down. Like, you're limited by what you call yourself. So you're better off just doing everything you like to do. And one of those are gonna, you know, overcome the other ones, and then that'll probably be what your career falls into.
Yeah, I agree. And so that's kind of like the segue into like my next project is
new project.
Yeah, projects you got going on.
I'm a busy man. Fucking busy man.
So you work 9 to 5, and then you still.
Well, the cool thing about my office lets me pretty flexible. Like,
so you can work from home.
Yeah, like today, like I went in at 10, I left at 3.
That's what's up.
I mean, you only built their website,
but then it might be I might put in 8 hours on a Sunday sometimes. Like, and so it's
like that. Yeah.
So it allows me to be flexible.
Up and be like, we need you.
Well, no, I just know what work I need to get done. Okay. So as long as my work's done,
when it comes to digital marketing,
I can kind of choose my hours.
System, as long as you get your shit done.
Exactly. As long as my stuff's done, I kind of choose my hours.
I'm excited though. Give me what's this next pitch?
So basically, my newest thing was
I haven't heard any of this. Yeah.
So it's almost done. I haven't probably gonna release it like next month or something.
Release what, dude? You're having me full.
Oh yeah. So it's called Savory Sounds. Savory Sounds Radio.
So music related.
Yeah. So it's music related, and essentially what it's gonna be is. It's almost like an East, like, do you know Selection Radio? Okay, so it's like a Beats One Radio. It's like similar. So basically, weekly radio shows, like a 2-hour show where there's like a mix. But I also want to have give kind of other Philadelphia DJs a platform to go do have their own mixes, and even.
Is there a big community of that?
Yeah, so there's tons of DJs in Philly, tons of really dope DJs in Philly too.
You got any shout outs?
Yeah, like DJ Silo's the god, like like Josh BWC is dope. I mean Kilsing, like Osagi.
These are all Philly people.
Yeah, these are all Philly DJs. There's tons of them.
But you're the best.
No, I don't claim to be that. I mean,
do you have a DJ
some of these people like. Nah, I'm just Rahmi.
Your names are so French. I don't know why.
Yeah, like Matthew Law is the god. Like I love Matthew Law.
You just met these guys who are living.
What type of music are these guys playing, or is it just kind of?
Well, that's the whole. Like, it's just like genreless, really. I mean, just like when I was 10 years old, handed. Yeah, it's more of like a vibe than an actual genre.
Wait, so that's what's up. Where are you in this process? Like, what exactly are you trying? So are you trying to like create your own radio show more or less?
Yeah. So it'll probably be. I mean, it'd be like in a podcast form, pretty much.
So like, you want to try to be on the radio or something?
No, I hate the radio.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could hook you up with Revive Pac. We did like an interview with her at a Global Village. She was the first, they're like the first like African American like fully hosted radio.
Yeah. See, I want to stay the hell away from traditional radio. radio.
Yeah.
I like the online radio, like the forum. Like there's like this other London radio station called NTS, which is
everyone
big.
has
They
an
have
app
tons
on
of different DJs.
Exactly. WIP on my phone every morning.
Exactly.
So you want more something like that?
Yeah, so something more like that, where it's like an online. You can just go and
wherever you are.
I'm telling you, that's a move, dude. Because we just with this podcast, we have Apple, Spotify.
Yeah, exactly.
SoundCloud, like we have.
Yeah, so like the SoundCloud page is up. There's actually
you have access to all the platforms.
There's
Savory.
If you go to Savory Sounds Radio on SoundCloud, there's like 2 mixes up.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and then the website's done. The website's not published yet though, and then I just need to basically record like 2 more episodes, then I'm gonna launch it.
It's a weird question.
Yeah, probably. About
it's a weird question. Like I want to incorporate better music than the dinky little like drum beat we have. Like every episode has the same theme. Like. Mm-hmm. Can you get copyrighted for like
1,000%
incorporating mixes into your thing?
So it's actually, I'm not really sure how, but I looked it up, and you're allowed to put like mixes on like Apple Podcast,
really? And not get sued by Future.
Yeah, I don't really know how, but I saw it, and you can do it. I'm sorry,
dude. What is it called?
Savory Sounds.
Because
I liked the whole idea of it is
I like the name.
Basically, I felt like everyone always says we're in the microwave era of music. Like there's just so much music that comes out, and it's just made quick, comes quick. But there is music that deserves to be savored, like music that kind of is more last,
these names and stuff like that.
And so
Savory Sound Radio.
So Savory Sounds Radio, yeah, that's
Savory Sound Radio on Spotify or SoundCloud. Check it out. Spotify coming soon. You got more than 2 tracks on here.
Yeah. So there's like 4 play.
You make the cover art too.
Yeah, so that's I took all those photos.
That's fresh.
And it's so the kind of platform. None of those are the formal radio. Those are just basically kind of throwaway mixes.
I really like the name Savory Sound, dude. I want some streetwear with that now. Too.
Yeah, so there's. I mean, of course, like there could be some merch behind it. Yeah, so so that's
dude. This logo right here on like a full black shirt would just be.
I made that logo too.
Like a little circle on the shirt. Yeah,
it's a handsome looking logo right there.
Looks like a pain in the ass to draw or design.
It's just 2 S's.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
They're intertwined with each other, dude.
Yeah, so
that's just the hardest thing to draw, by the way. Especially bubble letters.
That's true.
Like if you're trying to do, I always.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hand draw that.
I know.
I didn't know, but
just saying in general.
No, you are correct. I've always struggled with those in school.
But I just need to know there's a community of.
Yeah. You're not alone.
Bubble letter S's. If anyone else is struggling.
Yeah, so that's kind of my newest project, and
so where are you trying to go with it? Just
let me guess. You wake up, you go to your studio every day, and you just put mixes together. Like, wouldn't that be the dream to just have like your own space?
Yeah, see, like I don't know. I'm not really. I try not to be like think about the end goal, just kind of like do it and
see where it goes.
Like follow the journey.
I think if you exactly, like you obviously have like
plans.
You see how it would be operating fully operational, but it's not like I'm like, oh, this is gonna be this, and it's got to be this way. It's kind of like, oh, I kind of want this in this direction, and then you see how it turns out.
It'll all fall into place.
But yeah, I mean, I like the idea. I like the idea of because I kind of like curating events. Like I did I've curated a couple events with like Spin. We were doing a summer thing, and
plus events are gonna be popping with good music.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to maybe throw events like the ICA in Philly, like the Contemporary Art Museum or something like that. And like something tasteful.
Right.
Like NTS Radio, the British radio station I was talking before. Like they do monthly installments at the London Contemporary Art Museum, and I just think like these are like this kind of culture thing is something the Philly doesn't really have. Like, and so and so I think that those like. There's a lot of opportunity there, and then
it'd be cool to like live in France while you curate all this like a whole lockbox of music and stuff that you could.
When I was in France, I discovered tons of dope music.
Really?
It was when I would get an Uber, I'd be like
rappers out there.
Yeah,
French
has that. France actually has the second largest rap market in the world.
Really? I would think like UK would be second.
No, it's France.
French rap is dope, bro.
French rap. I don't know what the hell they're saying, but
fresh shout outs, like any good artists.
I'm trying to think. My photography teacher sends me like French rappers sometimes.
You're still in touch with this girl, huh?
I love her.
I can't.
yeah,
how old is she?
Yeah, she's like 34.
I mean, it's a possibility.
But yeah, she sends me like different rappers from France and stuff. She's she listens to like some like hardcore rap.
She must have really liked you too, dude. That sounds like a sick relationship.
He's like, yeah, hey, I mean,
don't gas me.
You just had to go across the world to find it.
Yeah, we had dinner when I was in France.
Just a little dinner, a little lunch.
You guys get that pasta that you both shared and
baguettes.
Lady and the Tramp. Wow.
We had Japanese, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Some ramen.
Yeah. I bust open 2 packets.
You want the chicken or the beef?
Start slapping the packet around. Yeah. So
welcome to America.
But the I would go into Ubers and I would just be like, yo, play me some shit. Like I'd be like, yo, play me some shit.
Yeah.
How old were these guys?
It's Uber. Like most of them are around our age. Like, and so they would play me something, then I'd play them something, and it was really cool. Like I lived for those experiences, and so the one thing I think would be really cool would be like traveling as a DJ and like get to witness music in other countries.
When I hear that, it seems like you want to be on not. Like when I think of people who want to like go and do DJing like around the world, kinda, it's more like people come to see your show. Yeah. But like if you could like doing events would be such a niche thing, but it doesn't sound like corny events. Like you would be at like poppin' events all over the world. Like that would be really cool.
I like designing complete environments.
Yeah.
And so I'm big into like the aesthetic of the room. Mm-hmm. Like I always go to restaurants in Philly that might not even have the best food, but like if it looks cool, I'm there.
So will you won't curate like a playlist before an event? Will you improvise, or depending on the vibe or the location?
Are we talking about like DJing?
Just like if you go to like you said you like to design.
Yeah, so actually I think the coolest job, I got connected with this one dude, and he said that he interned for this guy who his job was to create playlists for different businesses. That's what he does. He makes a living off doing this.
What a tough life.
Yeah, big hotels hire him and stuff. Like he'll go to the hotel, get the vibe of the hotel, and like go make playlists for them to play in the hotel lobby, or restaurants, or he does it consistently
too. They
too.
had a playlist going on in the background all the time.
Yeah, because I think setting the environment. I think that's an important part of going to eat.
The brand
is if they got some whack music on while you're eating, you're like, yo, what the hell are they playing? Like, and so that's a big part of it.
Shady LP.
Yeah, I'm in like some Indian restaurant. They're playing Slim Shady LP. It's like, what's going on here?
I'd be like, this is my spot, dude.
I think, especially how things are going now, all of that plays into that whole experience. Like, you have to have everything got to be on point. And
especially with everything being so easily accessible, I think creating, like, they call it buying experiences, is way more important. Because, like, even having done research still in streetwear and stuff, like, retail struggled for a while because people could just buy things online. But now people are buying things more on buying experiences. Like, they go to the store, they see, like, the environment, see how cool it is, they talk to people.
That's why if I had more money, I would have bought out your whole streetwear stuff. Yeah, I got a hat just because, like, well, one, you gave me a good price, and two, it's just a whole, like, you curate a whole event towards this. I was like, this shit is fire, dude. You had, like, a whole video playing, your music was obviously playing. The whole thing, and I remember it was just a bunch of guys I didn't know. Will Toms, that was when I first met him.
That's the first time you saw him, yeah.
Like, I talked about Gunner and Ethan about this. Like, your Only Positive event, like, opened me and even Mario to, like, a whole world of, like, a Philly culture that I didn't even know existed. As far as, like, Global Village and some of the other people, like, Raph is cool.
I love Raph.
It's just, that just opened us to a whole, like, it opened me up to a culture in Philly that I didn't even know was present.
That was my biggest, like, if I could do it again, I probably would have gone to, like, a temple or something, because I always plan on staying in the Philadelphia area.
Yeah, fuck Gettysburg, dude. I'm just gonna say it, dude. It's in the middle of nowhere. I don't
fuck Gettysburg. And then,
I don't blame your decision though. You had to play basketball in college. You just
they were paying for my school for the most part.
Yeah,
like, I was just saying, you take it off.
Dude, it was that expensive. Dude.
Yeah, so but it's just networking behind it. Like, I got back to Philly and everyone knew each other, and I didn't know anybody. Man, so I just would. It was funny. I would go to all these streetwear events, and I would just at first I would just stand in the corner, and I became the guy who was at every streetwear event. And so then people come up to me, they'll be like, "Yo, I saw you there and there. Like, what's your name?" So then I started talking to people, and I'm like, I met people. So now I feel cool. Like I go to these different events, like I know people there now.
Yeah, well,
that's what it takes.
I don't know. You introduced us to that, so I'm grateful.
And so it's cool to be on the other side of that. I say like that means a lot to me. It does.
Yeah.
Come on.
Because like I was in Pittsburgh for 4 years, and I just fucked with Pittsburgh so much because like I lived there. Dude, I experienced.
That makes one of us.
I'm like, I don't know.
Dude, they had good music culture though. They had good culture there, but I never spent that much time in the city like. On I just never did unless I was going to a sports game or going to get cheese sticks or something. So
no, I understand where you come from.
I guess I also like my dad worked at an art gallery on South Street, and so
down there all the time.
So I would like I hated it when I was a kid because I would get to go to like what little kid wants to go to these art galleries and so but I grew up kind of around that culture, so I knew it existed in Philadelphia.
It's like embodied in you now. I feel like I
try to
like your upbringing.
That's what's up. I was gonna say you grew up in the art, design, everything like that.
Yeah, and it's funny because for a long time I rejected it. Like I was just like basketball, get this art stuff out of my face. Like I don't want to deal with any of that. And now I'm like everyone gets annoyed with me because I'm like the art guy.
Yeah, I'm be surprised like the stuff that you hated as a kid. You'd be like, oh, let this shit. Like this is.
I love it. I just want you to still make it to the league someday.
Yeah, me too.
Yo, go out and play in France.
Yeah,
sign up for a club.
Yeah, there we go.
Or Tel Aviv, dude. I'd come out with you. I'd be your personal manager.
Go out there.
Wait for the Rona to go away, but
I was gonna say, thank God you weren't in Paris or that. That's scary. My mom just had like a business plan. Like her whole company was going out to Las Vegas for a whole week for like some convention, but they had this plan for months, and the day beforehand they canceled it because coronavirus
really
surrounded all.
I don't know. I think like my uncle just got back from Malaysia like yesterday.
So he's got like 2 weeks left.
Yeah, he better stay in the house.
It was funny though because he works for like this. He's pretty high for like this engineering company, and he flew out there with like the CEO, and he got back, and they're like, you're gonna have to like we're gonna have to quarantine you guys. And he's like, yo, this like you're gonna quarantine the CEO of this like multi-million-dollar company, and no, they're like, like maybe you can slide,
Is that they live in Philly?
And that's how someone died in New York. It was his fault. No.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? I'm not cool.
Yeah. I was like, yo, maybe go back.
Yeah. I'm not sweating this shit too much. But I give it 2 weeks. It'll probably take over the world. Probably.
It's my same thing. It's my time to go. It's my time.
I love it, dude.
It's my time to go.
I'm trying to live a good life.
If I get caught with the Rona, it was my time to go.
You and 50% of the civilization probably.
But also I say that cocky because like it's only really getting the old people and the kids.
Right. I mean I
read that too.
Yeah. Because like people who are really susceptible are like sick people, older people, or kids, and we're fat and in our 20s.
It's the bat soup. Do you see photos of the bat soup?
I heard that too.
So they said that like they think it was bat soup in China that started it.
Yeah, and
if you look at this bat soup, it is just this broth, which is this bat like with his arms around the bowl.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not.
I swear to God, it's a whole bat, and he's just
what the fuck?
Arms in the bowls looking up.
Is it skinned or something?
It's a bat. Like it's like
stop,
they just
dude.
did
Stop.
this.
I'd rather eat a dog.
Plop the bat in there.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, but I was watching like a late night TV show or something, or late night host or something like that, and they were talking about like how the fuck are they gonna allow you to sell bats in a open market to millions of people that have diseases in them, and that inevitably.
So what happened? They didn't like clean it right, or
I have no idea.
Well, how would it?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Bats probably sucked something up that had it.
Yeah,
but,
that's crazy.
But yeah, China was like hiding, like keeping it under closed wraps.
Yeah, I mean, we still don't know how many people actually have it in China because China's not gonna tell you that shit.
But then oh my god, dude, they show Wuhan went all under
Nobody.
Dude, they have these big loud speakers that they put on every block, and there's just someone in the government or someone recording saying that like you're not allowed to leave your homes, like, and then they were showing like aerial views of the city fucking ghost town, dude. Yeah. This massive city, just no one on the streets, no cars, nothing. Bro. It's scary, dude. It looks like apocalyptic. But like the video is from someone in their house, like video recording outside, and there's just this big black box just screaming like all this shit. Dude, it's like apocalyptic stuff.
That's crazy, bro. It's taking over the whole world.
I Am Legend.
Dude, that's what it looked like, dude. Except without like the trees starting to grow out of the ground, but that'll come.
Yeah, give us some time.
Else, like.
Give us some time.
Let's talk about where we should go if it does come into PA. Should we go to the Caribbeans or should we go to like Canada?
I'm going to space, bro.
I think
space.
Elon Musk, I'm going to Mars.
Yeah. Elon Musk got a little fire under his ass now. He's like, we got to do this a little sooner than he thought he would.
Sure, Jamaica has some basketball teams.
I guess you probably want to go to like somewhere where you probably want to go to like Colorado or something like.
I might be getting.
I'm just like go live in the woods. I'm saying like go live in the woods somewhere, like not Denver. Like I'm just go to North Dakota.
You'll come out of those woods in a year, and you'll be like the only one.
Coronavirus would like creep up to like the top of South Dakota, and they'd be like, "Nah, I'm good." Like,
well, peaks over
they're miserable enough up there.
I need to go out there.
Yeah, so
I was actually just in Denver last week for a funeral.
Well, and I'm sorry.
It's good. But I was like super sketch after like I found out my mom's shit got canceled because I was like, what the fuck, bitch? I was just on a plane in a big airport and people were wearing the masks too. Like a lot of people. I was like,
yo, I bought stock in that mask company. Terrible decision. Terrible decision.
Bitch, I'm not wearing that shit. Dude.
It was because it was like I hadn't bought stock. I bought stock maybe 5 times in my life. Like I bought stock the day the Colin Kaepernick thing happened and Nike was at an all-time low. I was in college. I had like $80.
That's a good time to buy it.
I had like $80 in my bank account. I bought 1 share of Nike and I still have it.
Yeah. How'd that work? Is it?
It's trading like $100 now. Well, the whole market so the day I bought this Alpha Pro Tech is the like mask company. The day I bought that stock because the 3 days before it had gone up like 600% or something dumb, and
you bought it.
Yeah, and
buy.
It's not good. It's not good.
Hold on to it for like 20 years.
So why did it go down though? Was it just...
I'm not the guy to ask. Honestly, I'm not the guy.
You just had his fingers.
Yeah, you guys.
Somebody else coming to you for.
You're asking all the hard questions now.
And then like my roommate was like, he's like, yeah, I probably would have told you not to buy that, and I was like, well, thanks. Yeah.
So who you living with now? Some Gettysburg.
Yeah, so I live with
shout out to Gettysburg.
Yeah, shout out Gettysburg. I live with my 2 roommates. Like one played basketball. He quit pretty early. He's from like South Jersey.
Bro, so they really hated the coach.
Over 20 kids quit in my 2 years of being on the team.
20 kids?
Yeah.
And there's only like 12 kids on the team. So how's that even working?
They had like people coming in from high school.
They were flying through
dropping like flies.
Like we were literally recruits would come. We'd be like, how long do you think he stays? So it's like, how long do you think he stays?
give him a week. So you were in North Philly, right? And then you just moved?
No, so I was in West Philly.
I was
West
Philly, born and raised.
Yeah, the playground. Yeah,
I need to meet Will Smith someday, dude. He's my
yeah, me too. I think I would like. I saw DJ Jazzy Jeff play twice this year, and really? I was just fangirling. I was fangirling because I went down to
meet him, or were you just?
So I didn't meet him, but I went down to South by Southwest because it was kind of cool. I got to do like a little OPC activation at the Philly house.
That sounds fun.
The rec guys hooked me up with that because they go down and they basically curate this like weekend-long thing at South by. Yeah,
it's awesome, right?
Yeah. So I went last year for South by.
Dude, I heard about that too.
It's a dope event.
Yeah, and I was like hanging out with them like in the green room before Jazzy Jeff was supposed to perform, and they made me leave when Jazzy Jeff came, which I was upset about. Right. But they were going through his rider, like and like, you know what a rider is? So a rider is basically a performer can request just stuff they need in the green room before they perform.
Yeah.
Like so like
yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, so like most people like water bottles, like some type of snacks or something.
Okay.
And so
like a bottle.
You trying to be a rider?
No. So on his rider, he needed tea. he wanted like ginger tea on his rider, and then so they were freaking out. They're like, oh, we don't have a coffee mug, and I was like, I just happen to have these OPC coffee mugs. So I was like,
was it the orange ones?
Yeah, it was like, and so I was hyped because another dude, he's a rapper from Philly, Dane Jordan, and he like travels with DJ Jazzy Jeff. He's his hype man. He like posted
the new Will Smith, I guess.
He posted on Instagram like in the green room with like the OPC mug, and I was hype. I was hype. All my like
you just
all the
around with you.
Because for the activation I brought a bunch of OPC merch, and so
that's smart.
So they all like, it was funny. All of them, like the rec guys, like ran over to me, and they're like, they're like pulling out their phone, like, yo, look, blah, blah, blah. And so there's like a 15% chance that DJ Jazzy Jeff knows what OPC is, and that's good enough for me.
Yo, you should have sent him some merch or something.
Yeah, right. And so that was it was an open bar, and I blacked out, so I don't remember any of this performance. But
that's all you need to remember.
Yeah, but that was cool. And then I saw him again. Matthew Law, who I mentioned earlier, has he does these things called like Friends and Fam, where he just goes and like gets a different guest DJ to come perform with him, and like it's like a big party. And he had DJ Jazzy Jeff come.
Where are these at, in Philly too?
Yeah, so they're at
you gotta hit me up with more events.
Warehouse on Watts is where they're at. I don't know, have you been to Warehouse on Watts? It's where
I might have seen it before.
That's where Global Village usually has their jams, is at Warehouse on Watts.
That's in South Philly?
No, it's in North Philly. It's on right off Broad. On
is it outside or inside?
It's inside. Yeah. And so
it's all horrible.
Yeah, so it's right off Broad and Girard. It's
okay.
And so I went there, and I mean, I didn't talk to him or anything, like, but he walked by me, and I was like, bro, like, I was like, yo, like, I grew up watching him on TV. Yeah. I was like, yo, that's Jazzy Jeff. Like, I was like, yo, that's Jazzy Jeff. Like, and then like Will came with me. Will's like sitting there, slapped my leg. He's like, yo, that's him. That's him. Yeah, that's him. And DJ Jazzy Jeff is the GOAT. I love that dude. Like,
yeah, he came in Pittsburgh one year. I was out there. It was like a big DJ festival, like outside in the summer, and it was.
That's pretty cool.
It was lit, dude. Yeah. But my cousin's like a big EDM artist in Colorado.
Okay.
Like, pretty big name, Decadon. It was his father who just passed away, who's my cousin, and then this guy's my second cousin.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of a weird dynamic. But he took me, like, they let me come with them to Izu, which was in New York, and then Moonrise.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
At Izu, though, you know, dude, well, you know, Shaq's like big in the EDM.
Yeah.
So, and he knows my cousin, dude. So, this is what Shaq does every festival he goes to. He shows up, everyone freaks the fuck out because he's the biggest dude anyone's ever seen. Everyone, like, all you see is his torso up because everyone else is like down here, like, covering him. First thing he does at every event he goes to, he books it to the porta potty. So everyone wants to meet him, everything. He just goes straight to the bathroom, takes a massive dump for like 20 minutes, and then people forget he's there, and then he comes out of this small thing. He just like stretches. It's just a geek.
Shaq coming out of a porta potty is just a wild image in my mind.
Dude, you don't even understand. Like, dude, and the funniest thing is some other dude walked out like right after he went in, so this dude was probably peeing, and then like this larger than life being came in there, and I would have just bounced too. Even if it was Shaq, I would have been like, But dude, I was fangirling so hard, dude. Like I didn't even get to meet him, but like he walked right by me. But they were like all these people, dude. People are savages. One like an idol of theirs, like you know. But like they were just dudes that like seemed like they had their shit together, but like elbowing girls in the face to like just take a selfie of like the back of them and Shaq.
That's weird.
It was wild. Yeah. I was one of them, but like, I didn't.
I've never been that guy. Usually my ego gets in the way, and I'm like.
That's
they bleed just like I do.
You're saying you were like a fangirl, and like so I try to keep that mentality, and like
did he cross her?
Like he's gonna want to know what I'm doing someday, so I gotta keep it cool. But
did he cross her?
It's not. Did he
cross her?
I saw his show, dude. It was him and Borgore, dude, and he just does nothing, and he's just up there like having the time of his life, slam balls.
Yeah, it's a great gig.
It was a great experience to see him in person, even though I didn't meet him. But
that's how you did it. Yeah.
But yeah, fangirling it's hard to control sometimes. Like there's like probably like 5-10 people in my life where
I think like the only person like I would like really fangirl, like it'd be all bets off, was if I saw Jay-Z.
Word?
Like I see Jay-Z, like it's off. Like all bets are off.
He seems so real, dude. You would have to keep your hold a hat. You probably have a good conversation.
Yeah, well you couldn't walk up on him too fast though, because like Jay-Z might kill people. Like so you're not walking up on Jay-Z too fast, but like I'd probably be that. Yeah, but
I push him out of the way, see Beyonce. I'm like, what's up, Queen?
And then Beyonce's there too, and I'm just like
on the floor.
I just melt.
Yeah, move out the way. Like,
yeah, it's a little puddle.
You would feign people wouldn't even care. They would all be like taking pictures.
Yeah, but that's
Meek Mill would be really cool for me. I think just because of what he does for the city. I'm not like him. He would be just really cool. J. Cole, I would obviously kind of like. It's just a lot of the big guys. I would. It would be hard to just be like, oh, what's up,
I saw Lil Dicky in London.
Fuck
like,
Lil Dicky, dude. He's from Shellinghamn.
I was just like walking. I was just like walking down the street. And I
Wait, where in London?
Yeah, I was in London. Just
there's no way you could like not recognize him.
Yeah, so I was walking down the street, and then like he's walking this way on the same sidewalk, and I was like talking to this girl, and I was like looking, and I look up, and I like look up. I'm like, yo, is that Lil Dicky? I was like, yeah. And then like the girl, she's like, who's Lil Dicky? I was like, so then I look up, I still don't like fully, because Lil Dicky's like an average looking white dude, and so I'm like,
100%.
I'm like, yo, what's up, Lil Dicky? He's like,
I would just been like, shelling him and give him a little subtle clap.
Yeah, no, he looks up to me and goes, oh, what's up, man? And I'm like, go Birds. He's like, go Birds.
Dude, you sounded like him, dude. Such like a subtle voice.
Yeah.
I would never forget, like, I was in Cleveland, and I went out there with my friend, because my sister lives out there. We went to Case Western University.
Yeah.
Met some people up there. We went to his concert, and my man started singing, like, the national anthem and shit, like, just throwing in the middle of the concert. Random. So I'm like, yo, bro, like, what's up with this dude? We ended up just, like, walking out and leaving. We just like, all right, cool.
Yeah, he's a weird dude. I don't know how I feel about
Lil Dicky. He just started singing the national anthem, bro.
He's coming out with a show, I think.
That show might be funny.
Seems like it.
He's got funny music videos, but, like, I'm pretty lukewarm on Lil Dicky.
Yeah, it was a high school thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout him.
Well, some of the songs came out with, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
The one with Snoop Dogg's cool.
Oh yeah,
like,
when
video,
he's like
at the record label.
Yeah, the little cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Remember his
that's
hair
fire.
comes in with offering head and bag of weed.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah.
So what are you up to now? So are you coaching?
So I coach. I like coach the freshman team, and I'm assistant varsity coach.
Where are you and Doyle?
Well, there's like 5 coaches, but yes, Doyle's still there. And there's 17. Yeah.
Okay.
Savisky?
No. So it's a whole different coaching staff.
Really? I wouldn't know them then.
Yeah. And
team's been legit since we've gone here and there.
So since they changed it from like the 4A system to the 6A system, Doyle's gone 14-2 in district playoffs.
Damn,
bro.
Like he has.
What's the 4A and what?
So you know how like it used to be 4A when we were like it used to be up to 4A when we were
3A and 4A.
Yeah, when we were in high school.
We were at the top tier.
So we were 4A because we were one of the bigger schools.
Right.
But I mean, we would still play against like Upper Darby, who's got like twice as many schools as us.
Oh, you played against Upper Darby?
Well, they were in our league, but it was also 4A. But now now they split it up to 6A.
Yeah.
And so like so now we're 5A. We're not the largest anymore.
Is 6A the largest?
6A is the largest, yeah. And so 6A's got
4A the largest?
Yeah.
Okay, so they added 2 more tiers.
Yeah, and then they redivided it.
Yeah.
So since they changed it was funny. So a lot of the teams we play now were 3A schools when we were in high school.
Let's fucking go.
And
so you just demolished.
So the competition is just...
Doyle has he's never lost to a 3A school.
Damn.
Like it's never. And so all of our 2 losses in districts were
in the playoffs.
So this year we lost in the league championship. Then we to Haverford.
Fuck Haverford.
Yeah, and then we lost in the semifinals for districts to Penwood. And then
they got a good football team.
Yeah, we should have beat them too. There was an upset. We were the 2 seed. They were the 9 seed, I think. And then we have the first round of the state tournament on Friday.
So tell me what's that like? Like do you enjoy?
Yeah,
do you enjoy being on the varsity team assisting, or do you like having your own team as a freshman?
So I like both sides of it. I like.
They probably look up to you like no other. Than
I like being able to run my own stuff.
Yeah, that's what Butsy says about.
Yeah, so I like the freshman team. Like it's my team. We're in a different gym. Like so that's my team. I like that. But I mean, obviously varsity basketball is just more exciting.
Yeah. Do you see
yourself?
Do you see yourself coaching a varsity team, like whether it's for Pencrest?
Yeah. I mean, I could see myself coaching.
I'm glad you still the love of the game still.
Yeah, exactly. It's
because it sounded like you're kind of wearing away from it after college and everything.
I hated basketball for
I hate to hear that, bro.
and coaching's kind of making me like basketball again. It's like I've been playing more. I play in like 2-3 men's leagues now. Like,
plus it's just like the game, so you can teach that to kids who don't know. I mean that goes without saying, but still, it's you find a new love in there.
I think I have a little bit of an easier time just because, I mean, I'm like I'll talk trash and stuff, but I'll be like, listen, like I've done all this. Like I was right. So I feel comfortable having people run suicides and stuff during practice, like because I ran those suicides, and so it's cool. It's very time consuming. Like I'll have a there we go. I'll have a 2.5 hour. Like I won't get home till like 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. tonight, and I mean I've been up since 5:30, 5:45.
So you're just is that when you wake up normally?
Yeah. So I try to get up like around 6 and go to the gym. And then
were you always like that? How'd you? I'm trying to get that schedule going.
No. So I was fat as shit for a while. So when I stopped, so I was like, I mean, even back in like July, I was like close to like 290.
You look good now. Then.
July. Like I'm down to like 260 now.
You still got a little beef on you if you hit the hit the gym,
and I still got like another like 20 I could drop.
But I was gonna say if you're hitting the gym hard, you could really fucking bulk up.
Yeah,
and then go play overseas.
There we go. This man, I like this.
That's where my head's gonna be at. For the rest of the.
Place. I mean, we can go out there and visit you.
There we go. Yeah, you're always welcome. Yeah, 1,000%. But yeah, so I like being around basketball. It's been cool. It's very time consuming, and I got a lot of other things that I'm trying to do.
Yeah, how's it commuting?
Like 5 different things, and then
how's it commuting from Philly to Westchester? That sounds like a pain in the ass. So you're only doing it 3 days a week.
Yeah, I was going to say you're only up on the opposite side.
Yeah, so I'm the opposite. It wasn't terrible when I was in West Philly.
I was going to say because you could just.
Yeah, I mean, it takes me about an hour. Luckily, at least with basketball, like, I'm not coming home until late, and so I get back in like 25 minutes, And
you just crash when you get home?
Well, I try to get something done, but usually it's like 10 o'clock.
I mean, if I'm up that. So you hit the gym, and do you have a gym in Philly that you go to?
Yeah, so there's one right around the corner from my house.
What gym do you go to?
It's called City Fitness.
City Fitness?
Yeah, it's a nice little gym.
What do you go from, like, 6 or 7 to, like, 8 or something?
Yeah, like 6 to 7. I just do, like, an hour. Try to get some cardio in.
Yeah, that's so good to get. That's so good to start your day in, though.
Yeah, you get a little sweat in, and then the days I work from home, sometimes I'll go up to rec, get some work done there. It's hard to get work done at rec though, because now that I know a lot of the people there, like I always end up talking to people.
Which location do you go to? The one downtown or
the new one?
Well, they closed the other one.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they closed it, which I'm sad about.
Yeah, I never even seen that, but I know you were big into that before.
I was
before
like,
it even got big.
That was just like, I mean, I watched that place like I was in there when there was like no murals on the walls. Like now you go in there, like it's everything.
Yeah, that's so dope.
So what are they doing? I ain't gonna ask. I was gonna ask what are they doing with that building, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
But it's the same thing at the gym. Like you see people there, and like you really can't stop your workout, or else you're gonna lose like the pump, or you're gonna
exactly. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I ended up getting a conversation with like Trevor Piatti's older brother, and talked to him for like an hour and a half, and by the end of that it was like 12:30. I'm like, well, fuck, I only did have my workout. I just went home.
Yeah, so it's the same way,
especially getting worked on, dude. It's
and so sometimes I'll go there just with no plans of doing any work. Like I'll just go to hang out, and then if I am going, like I try to go when I have like studio time booked or like one of the rooms booked.
Do you do the photography studio or the music?
I haven't used the photography studio yet. I haven't really had any needs to.
Yeah.
Because I haven't.
So when you go to the studio, do you do music? Go to the music studio?
Yeah, so I usually I'll go to one of the music studios and like record a mix or something, and
that's what's up.
Or I'll go to the little collab rooms, and like I've had some meetings there and stuff, and
like I said, the podcast room is really legit. I don't know how to use all that technology.
that podcast board or podcast room is cool.
Like that's like if we could get a studio, like that's what all we would need,
Yeah, I don't
instead
know
of this little dinky room. This works though, right?
Although I will say like this brings the pod more culture. Like if you're in some like studio and stuff, like I like being in the basement recording.
I got books for you to read.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's better. Like, and so that's that's a difference that I like. But like I stopped by Rec on Friday, and I ended up just talking to like my friend Big Dan about
Big Dan.
what were we talking about? We were talking about like the state of hip hop in Philadelphia as compared to like Washington D.C. for like 3 hours. Like it's
that sounds like a deep conversation.
Yeah, and so and I love conversations like that. Like I used to, when I first moved to Philly, I would go to every single Rec like talk.
Yeah.
And even if it had nothing to do with me.
I bet you met so many people.
And I would just like, I would meet people. I met tons of
cool
people
too. Everyone's there so
people like doing things.
And,
and it was so like I met a lot of people. I mean, I got a lot of work out of that too. It was just like when I was freelancing, like, people were trying to do all these things. And I'm like, oh well, I could do this for you. I could do that for you. Like,
cool. I'm excited where you're gonna go. It's just in the future. I feel like this job, like, it's so sick that it allows you to live in Philly and commute and everything.
Yeah,
but
so that was the biggest thing.
I feel like it's still a temporary thing until you get whatever your big projects are. I don't know. It's your life.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I've always wanted to do my own thing. Like, it's...
Yeah, most people.
Yeah, even... I mean, since I was a kid, like, my dad, I remember being 10 years old. My dad, like, your cliche starving artist. Like, I mean, I have probably 400 paintings in my house, like, that he painted. But,
really?
Like, he was like, I just don't know how to sell these. Like, he's like, Rahmi, you gotta learn business so you can learn how to sell these paintings.
Are they not? Like, could you say you might? I want to.
Yeah, I mean, my house is full with them.
I might have to buy one.
That's so cool that your dad.
They're not for sale yet, but
such a young age.
Yeah, cool, exactly. Though. And so that's just like the goal is learning to pair the creativity with actual business.
Yeah. But you have that starving mentality where, like, you know what you like to do and you're gonna do it and be good at it, and then the business, you know, that side of that now. So yeah, I can see how you could collaborate the two.
Yeah. So
as far as like practice for Pencrest, do you do that every day during the week?
Yeah. So it was really actually rough when I had my freshman practice and varsity practice, because I would be
one out. Is it one after the other? Or?
No. So basically, usually my freshman practice would start an hour before the varsity practice, so I would it would overlap for like an hour. So I would go 2 hours of my freshman practice and then be there for like the last hour and 45 of the varsity practice. So I ended up being there for like 4 hours.
You're playing. Do they pay you? Do they pay you for this?
I mean, you get paid dog shit.
Yeah.
But like when they
make commitment.
Yeah.
Volunteer job.
Yeah, exactly. He like when they offer me the job, he's like, "You're not doing this for the money." He's like, "You're not doing this."
Well, I respect the commitment you put towards it. As an alumni of Pencrest,
it's I mean, I owe a lot to Pencrest basketball. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for Pencrest basketball. So I mean, when I was given the opportunity to give back, I thought it'd be cool to come help. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So it's been fun. It's tiring. Like, I do not want to go to practice after this.
Yeah. That being said, I know you have practice pretty soon.
What time is it?
It's like 5:51.
Oh yeah, I do need to go.
So on that note, with every guest, I don't know if you know this or not, but we usually give them 30, 60 seconds just to say, go fucking do what you want to do, promote yourself. More or less, it's your time to just talk to the camera and say whatever you want to promote.
Oh God.
Take your time too. The reactions are the geeks. Like Gunner's like, I don't have anything to promote. Just talk, whatever you want.
Let's see. What do I have to promote?
What's coming up for Rahmi Halaby in the next year? 2020. Where are we looking?
Yeah, so 2020, Rahmi, I actually do. I'm pretty good. I write down my goals every year, and then I like quarterly check into them, see how I'm doing.
How you doing so far?
I haven't done it actually. I haven't done it yet. I'm a couple days behind. Yeah, I'm a couple days behind.
What Mr. Miller said? Write it down, make it plain, or something like that.
Yeah, so it's good to visualize it, and then it's cool at the end of the next year. You can like check off all these things. And
there's no better feeling. Exactly. That. I do that like daily.
I was 10 for 14 last year. 10 for 14. That's pretty good.
I'll take that. That's a good shooting percentage.
Yeah, so like one of my goals is to launch Savory Sounds.
Savory Sounds. So where you can find that on SoundCloud, just for a little.
Yeah, it's on SoundCloud right now. The website will be up in a couple weeks. I don't know when this is gonna come out, but to launch that, and I'd like to at least in the first year have at least 10 guests. I think 10 guests is a good number for a year. And the cool thing about Savory Sounds is, I mean, some of the episodes it'll just be me too. So like
guests as far as other DJs.
Yeah, like other DJs, and even like I have some friends who are just musicians. I like to have them on and just like play music that inspires.
You're gonna be able to put people on, dude. That's dope.
Yeah, I love sharing music. I love sharing music.
The concept is really
good. I love sharing music with other people, and I love sharing Philly with other people. So I think
and getting that out there, though.
Yeah, so I think pairing those two things is something I really would enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing. That's been my kind of real focus right now.
If someone were to reach out to you for like a side photography gig or something, would you be open for for that or not much nowadays?
My time is pretty limited and so it would have to be like a project that I'm really interested in doing.
But if anyone has inquiries, they could
if people have inquiries, I mean,
follow them on the gram.
Rahmi is real.
Rahmi is real. I'll put that.
And then also, I mean, my website is a contact form, and even if I can't do it, like, I have a bunch of friends who are photographers who would probably be very happy to do it.
So more or less, let's just all collaborate together and make
exactly
content.
Exactly.
So RahmiHalaby.com for that contact.
RahmiHalaby.com.
DM him on Instagram. Only positives too. Is there any reason to mention that, or are we just putting that behind us?
I'll definitely mention it. Try to get them sales, man.
There'll be a 50% off sale pretty soon.
Let's fucking go.
Go to the website.
You have a website for that?
Onlypositivesco.com.
Okay. Cool.
I think I gotta get the website back up though. I think it's down right now.
Yeah, put that back up. You have like a month or so before we air this.
And then so like Savory Sounds is my big focus. I've been working on like some greater scheme retail concepts that are too abstract for me really to.
Have you thought about like monetizing that yet, or is that more like a creative project?
So I guess my big thing is like, I don't really want to think about monetizing it too much because then it would become work.
I feel
and so like, I mean, there's definitely ways like, I mean, there's sponsorship dollars to be had down the road. There's
that's what we're not anywhere like towards sponsors yet, but that's the goal,
obviously, and then
like, to make money off what you can love.
The other big thing is I mean, the events won't be free. It costs money to host events.
Make some money off the events.
And so there is ways to make money for it, but like the biggest thing is I just kind of want to
just getting it up and running and getting it out there.
I think if it's like helping to put Philly DJs on and stuff, like, and I'm not making $1 from it, that's a win for me. I make money in other ways.
That's a good mentality to have.
So that's my big focus for the new year. I mean, other goals: drop like 20 pounds. I want to be able to between the legs dunk.
Can you can't still dunk?
Yeah.
You can still dunk?
Yeah. I'm averaging like 2 dunks a game, my rec league. Come on.
Yeah, we're shitting on you right now.
See these highlights.
So, and I used to be able, like, my freshman year, I could get it between my legs and get stuffed by like the top of the rim.
No way, really?
Yeah, and so
you're there. You're there.
And so, well, that was 5 years ago. But
all right, well,
so we're trying to get back.
We'll give you another 5 years to get back in.
Yeah, and then I mean, my other thing is just like, I don't know, keep networking. I'm always looking to like build myself within the photography industry, within the streetwear industry.
I like that you're really like building your own brand centered around just you. You know,
and I mean,
not that collaboration's a problem, but you're a big personality and got a lot of cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just sat here in my mouth for like 2 hours, and then there's, I mean, other like speaking. Like I'm happy I was able to speak to my. I was able to like go. I came back and spoke at Pencrest. I came back like I spoke at Gettysburg. And so like those different speaking engagements and stuff. I enjoy. Like that'd be cool.
What like centered around what?
So I spoke to the entrepreneurial program at
based around your
Gettysburg.
Only Positive Success.
Around OPC.
That's what's up, dude. And that's what I'm saying, dude. The fact that you've built a business and like know the struggles and the positives of it. That's cool, dude. That's really cool.
And then I spoke to Pencrest for like Black History Month. I spoke to like the social studies classes or something. And then so like my goal of mine is to do like more speaking engagement things, and I don't know, just keep building off like the groundwork that I've been
that you laid down.
Yeah. That's what's up, bro.
Well, from standing up from the outside, I think you have a good foundation. You think so?
You getting there?
I mean, I'm getting there. Yeah.
I'm telling you, you do it. You
All right, thanks, Max.
I'm telling you.
Thanks.
Speak into existence, boy.
I like but like seriously though, I think we both really do like the way that you think, and I'm sure everybody else is gonna like the way that you think as well. So.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I do.
And thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, man. I was like drunk one night and I saw the pod. I was like, yo, let me on this shit. I was like, let me come talk some shit for
I say Max told me, I was like,
yeah.
I mean, sure.
I was like,
I was gonna reach out to you sooner or later.
Yeah, I was like, yo, let me come dive in. I was just a little gunner because it's my guy. I was like, I got
it. You're a big personality, dude. I'm hyped to have you on the show.
We're gonna have you on in like another year, you know.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, once Savory Sounds takes over the world, then we'll probably have you on again, unless you're too big for us.
Yeah, once DJ Jazzy Jeff's my Savory Sounds.
That would be. I'll be a rap at that point.
Yeah. All right, well let's wrap it up.
Yeah, Rahmi's gotta go to practice.
About to pee my pants. All right, thank you so much for coming.
Yes, sir. 2 hours content, bro.
I'm literally
always
peeing
be
my
having you
pants.
on, man. Like that was really good.
Cool. Yeah, I hope I didn't.